Hey guys, what's going on? I'm Mike from the Downright Nerdy podcast, and I'm taking over Board and Noise channel today for Downright Annoyed with movies. Jackson has some technical issues
Are we live?
for some reason. Yeah, we're live. For some reason, he trusted me
Now
with
we're
his
live.
channel. I don't
Now
know
we're
why. I always thought he was one of the smartest guys of the group, but either way. Today we're going to be talking about Event Horizon. Event Horizon is a great sci-fi horror movie from like '97 with Sam Neill, the dude from Jurassic Park, and Lawrence Fishburne, that guy from Matrix, I think. Anyways, we're going to go around the horn. We're going to start talking about this movie. Why don't we introduce everybody? Jackson's around somewhere. He'll pop back into his own channel. We'll see. But let's go to Ken. How about that?
Hey guys, Ken from Pinky's Out Podcast. Check me out on all your podcasting platforms. And I've got great internet, so
that's awesome, man. I'm really happy for him. I'm really sure that Jackson's really happy that you have great internet.
And
hey Ryan, how about you, buddy? Thanks for coming.
All of us, I live in the sticks. So.
I'm so sorry if you missed this. Hey guys, Ryan from the Fake Nerd Podcast. We're having a great time talking about Event Horizon. This is a pretty solid '90s sci-fi horror movie, I think. I'll talk about all my podcast stuff later. We got a lot going on, but I'm here to talk about sci-fi horror. Not enough of it.
Sweet, and the guy who hates me for choosing this. How about you, Cookie?
I enjoyed it, man. Thank you for choosing this film. It was a nice little sci-fi horror. I enjoyed it. I won't get into details, but yeah, I'm Cookie from Just a Little Podcast. Just like Ryan, just like Pinky's Out, we all do a podcast, talk about stuff we love. So we'll talk more later.
Heck yeah.
Nice.
Awesome. And traditionally, we do also have Paul in here, but I think he's having a little. There's some discrepancy with his schedule today.
Yeah,
hopefully he can pop
from
back.
his birthday party.
That's right. Yeah.
He's old.
So before we get into anything, today's November 1st. It's the day after Halloween. What did you guys all do for Halloween?
I played with a laser engraver and handed out candy. So.
Heck yeah. Did you guys all dress up?
No.
I did not because I worked in the morning in the kitchen, so I'm not going to be dressing up in front of a stove all day. That's going to be terrible. But I did do a fun Animal Crossing Halloween live stream with the Fake Nerd Podcast, which you guys can check out on YouTube's. That was fun.
Heck yeah. Actually, that reminds me, if anybody who's watching this or listening to this on the rewind, make sure you guys check down the description below. Follow up all these guys because they always put out awesome content weekly, monthly, and for me, yearly. So make sure you guys do it and check it all out. Cookie, how about you, man?
I actually got tatted.
Nice.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm really happy about that. It was exactly. I'm trying to catch up to Ryan and all his tattoos, but I don't think I'm gonna ever get there. We'll see what happens. Yeah. So I got tatted, and that was basically it. Just kind of like hung out the house, watched a little bit of TV, watched some Mandalorian again for the second time. So
heck yeah.
Great episode.
Nice. How long were you under the needle for?
About 3 hours.
Oh, that's okay. That's a good session right there. That's all right. Cool. All right. So hey, let's talk about Event Horizon. So this was a movie back in '97 with Sam Neill and Lawrence Fishburne. Like I said. Hey,
Jackson looks so
do
bad.
this.
Look at him.
Look who's here.
Aww.
Jackson, why don't you give yourself a little test to see if you work all right?
Event Horizon isn't as good as I thought it was.
I think you're having some time dilation near the wormhole there. So
Yeah.
I heard you.
Magnetic fields. You're losing containment of the singularity.
The gravity well. Oh no.
Yeah.
So you're
Technical
popping in and out, actually. So why don't you quickly, while you have some time, give us a little bit about Event Horizon while you got a little bit of.
I'm just gonna say that this movie is summed up with one pet peeve of mine, which is there's this thing going on. Everybody's kind of having visions, and the one woman sees her son and chases her son down, and it just makes no sense to me. It's like, that this is fake at this point. Like nothing you've seen has been real this entire time, and that's like at the end of the movie. So. It's still fun to watch. It's like Hellraiser in space, but I don't know.
Yep. Good comparison.
Ken, you got anything? Or Ryan, let's go to Ryan.
I can't disagree with that. I think this movie, I like this movie a lot. But it's going to be hard for me to truly defend it the entire way because I think a lot of it's really good. I really just think the script's pretty bad.
Yeah.
But I think the actors elevate the bad script. I think the set design, the set production, even some of the special effects elevate how regular the script is. This is pretty much, it's a pretty generic horror movie when you look at it from the script. But I think the actors elevate it. I think this might be one of Paul Anderson's best movies because after this, he just makes a bunch of Resident Evil movies and The Three Musketeers and Pompeii. And he made Mortal Kombat and Event Horizon in the 90s. So I think he might have peaked here. That being said, it has a lot of cliches. Like it's especially 20 years later. Like it's not. It doesn't hold up. I think, but I defend this movie more than other movies because I think it's really fun and there's not enough good space horror. So like I think this one does hold up a little bit.
I think it held up in the respect of it moves along quickly. It's not too long. It's pretty short, like most 90s movies were that, hour and a half window. A 90-minute movie was kind
of. It was 2 hours long.
I thought it was only 90 minutes.
Yeah, I think it was about 90.
It was only 90 minutes.
Oh, yeah. You know what? I take that back. I watched it with commercials.
Yeah. It was free on Amazon Prime without.
Yeah, with commercials.
No, without commercials.
I couldn't watch it on there without commercial or with anything. It wasn't free for me. It said I had to go and get a subscription for like AMC or something like that.
Oh. I might have a thing.
Okay, sorry, Ken.
No, you're fine. I might have a way around those.
They just released. They might have put it back on for purchase because they just came out with a 4K HDR digital copy of it. So that's what I watched. Waste of money.
Yeah.
So
no, actually, just the regular standard version looked pretty clean for not being made in the HD era. It looked really visually appealing. I thought the whole thing moved along really quick. I agree with Ryan. The script was terrible. Even Lawrence Fishburne couldn't save that, and he's a great actor, and he delivered some terrible lines in a great way, but they were still bad. I mean,
sure.
But I liked it. I liked the whole concept of, they're trying to travel from one point to the other point, and they don't think about what's in between the points, and they end up in a whole different universe. And I liked how it affected each of them differently. Because if you think about it, really the only two people on that crew that weren't affected were what's her name, the blonde chick, and then Stark and Cooper. I forget his character.
Stark was on Jurassic Park, right?
No.
Okay.
That's not Laura Dern. It's British Laura Dern.
Yeah. They look a lot alike. But if you look at their characters, though, they were trying to build something to where those were the only two characters that didn't enter the ship with a deep secret guilt.
Yeah.
Like, people that started seeing things immediately had a lot of emotional baggage, right? And the only one that had worked through his emotional baggage was Lawrence Fishburne, which they don't really touch on. You kind of have to read between the lines there, because that's why the ship couldn't completely derail him by showing him that burning image of it, that crew member, because he'd already accepted that it was his fault and had moved on.
Yeah, I mean, I almost feel like his character was the only character that actually had any depth. Everybody else was kind of very just flat.
Yep.
And it was really just like you said, Ryan. They're like the actors are the only thing that really kept this this movie alive.
I think Sam Neill.
Yeah.
I think Sam Neill and Lawrence Fishburne, I think they're the two that carry the movie. I don't think anyone's particularly bad. It's just the script is so bad. These good actors, they can only do so much, right? But I do think Sam Neill, his mystery of like why he's there, we don't fully learn everything about him. We know something happened with his wife, and that influences him to want to become maybe darker and eviler and maybe get more connected with his wife in a weird extra dimensional way.
So can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
So this is for everybody. While I was watching this movie, I'm sure you guys saw a ton of flaws that were like we're just talking about. Did you guys think the same thing that I did? Like, why do I still love this movie?
No, I really like this movie.
I still really like this movie.
Yeah.
I can probably watch it again next year.
Not every movie has to be a 10. Most of the review on here, they're doing, right? Like, it's okay to like a decent movie.
Yeah. It could just be maybe the nostalgia. Like when I was younger, like this movie scared the crap out of me. But I mean, obviously it didn't now. But I don't know, maybe that's
I
just
was
it.
disappointed with that video You know, I remember the first time I watched that when they decompressed that video and unscrambled it, being like, "Oh my God, look what they're doing!"
I got trivia.
Well, I think the reason nostalgia doesn't work for me on this is that I was nostalgic for like Alien watching this, or Hellraiser, or all of the other stuff that they ripped off and didn't do nearly as well.
Still better than the second Prometheus movie.
It was enjoyable
because I saw this. I think I saw this actually before I ever saw Hellraiser or Alien. Maybe
right. When you're a kid, you
Yeah.
don't realize what's happening. But like watching this, even like the setup of like the tanks that they come out of stasis in, like that room, it looks like Alien. The way they're dressed, like I appreciate the dirty space aesthetic. I like it. It's not like anybody can't use it again, but there's just not enough like. There's not enough going on in the movie. Like there's a lot of things they do that doesn't make any sense to me. You know, I don't know. It's okay. And my other problem is, you know, Sam Neill, like he's a great actor, but they should have made his character a little bit more likable, I think, so that there was actually some sort of impact with what was happening. Because
I don't agree.
I like him being mysterious and kind of bad.
He's not mysterious, though. You know his wife died. You know he's just kind of an asshole who's there. He's boring. He's there as an exposition dump for what the ship is at the beginning of the movie. And like, I don't like his character whatsoever. He does nothing to make me like him as a guy. Nothing.
I don't think you're supposed to. He's not a likable character.
He's like the villain of it almost.
Right, but a character. But that's my point, though, is that character's way more interesting as like a good person who turns nuts because he's got this tragedy than he is. Okay, well, we see where this is going. He's obsessive from the beginning.
Okay,
yeah, if this were a better movie. And they had more to work with character, I agree. I do think for this being a relatively surface level movie, he works for what's given, I think.
Well, and you know, obviously the whole thing is driven by the fact that his wife committed suicide because he spent so much time working on this ship.
He's Reed Richards.
Yeah, basically. So,
and I don't know, do people blame, like he blames himself for his wife's suicide, but it's like, no matter what, there's something else going on there. It's not your fault, dude.
Well,
but
you don't feel that way.
Right.
If he'd been there, he could have saved her.
I do like the empty eye sockets.
That was
Were they empty though, or did they have like the core in them? Like I always kind of had.
No, they were empty. He scratched them out.
Because that creeped me out. It's like that's gotta hurt really bad.
Some excellent imagery, like this image behind me. I think like when Sam Neill is in demon mode, I really like that. Fun fact about this movie: there was so much gore cut out of this movie because the studio said absolutely not. There is. If you look at all the interviews Paul W. Sanderson's ever done about this movie, there's so much footage that will never be seen. And he did an interview a couple years ago saying, guys, there's so much stuff that I shot that the studio said you are insane if you think we're going to put this in this movie. You are insane.
Anderson cut.
Release the movie. So yeah, like the gore orgy that like gets de-spliced and we look at it, that was a full scene. There's a full scene with Sam Neill talking to the original crew and him like explaining to them what the Event Horizon's about. There's like 30 minutes of movie that just not cut because the studio said, hell no. And like it's sad to me because he made Mortal Kombat and then he wanted to make an alien movie. Horror is his shit. That's why he made the Resident Evil movies. But he got to make his movie and then the studio said, no way, Jose. So a part of me is like, it's hard for me to blame him when he tried so hard to make something truly gross. And the studio said, 1997, can't do it.
No, that's too bad because I'd be interested in seeing that.
I would like to
probably
see
make
it
it
cut.
Yeah.
I would like this because I remember there being more to that cut scene. I really do. There was this whole aspect of it that just like I don't want to describe it because I don't want to get somewhere.
You couldn't. It's like it's super gory. You know, spikes coming out of people eating each other, stuff like that. It was in the theatrical release that was even cut more. But if you buy the Blu-ray, which we own, my roommate owns it, that has more stuff in it, but still not enough from the original cut. So that original cut just doesn't exist anymore because the studio said no way, and it's sad.
What do you guys think of what the Event Horizon became after it came back from the black hole?
It's like a living ship. It's awesome. I think the idea again. That's why I like this movie so much because there's not many movies that do this kind of thing, and I do wish it was done better. But you know, it's 25 years old. What are you gonna do?
It's like the Star Trek movie, First Contact.
Oh, First Contact, yeah.
When Voyager comes back.
Is that Zephyrin Cochran? What's his name? Just the idea of like, yo, this thing, like a haunted house, it goes after your deepest fears, but it's also a billion miles from Earth. Like that concept alone does a lot for me. And I think it's pretty cool.
It was kind of like the Flying Dutchman, but in space. You know, it shows up to claim a soul or two and then disappears for a time. And I think that's what its whole mission was, is the demon verse sent him to collect 2 innocent souls. And that's why
that's a really good analogy, actually. I think that might truly be it.
Yeah. Well, you think about it, the only 2 people that it didn't want to leave were the 2 innocent people that didn't see any of its specters, right?
People.
Yeah. So, and by the
Can you
fact
imagine what was going through their head? They're like, God, all our crews, they're just all mentally ill. We need to take over.
Yeah, right.
One thing I do like, again, the script's pretty bad, but there's like one scene where Lawrence Fishburne, he's the captain, right? And he's a no nonsense guy, but he realizes that his crew saw something, and he might not believe what they saw, but he believes that they saw something. And he's never like, I don't believe you. He's like, all right, listen, clearly ghosts aren't real, but try to explain what is going on. And I always appreciated him always being behind his crew. They always felt like an actual unit. Like whenever Sam Neill would always try to be a jerk, like he would always come and defend his crew. And he also defended Sam Neill against his crew. Like he felt like a pretty good captain. He was very stern. Again,
he was like, respect him. Like you got to respect
him. Very Picard-esque.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like Lawrence Fishburne a lot. Just as an actor.
It was a good film though. Overall, it's definitely very generic, and like you guys said, it heavily focuses a lot on the characters and actually the actors to bring about the light. And it's tough to do it with the big cheeses above you saying, no, you can't do this, you can't do that. And it's like, you only give me a handful of cards and hope the best. And I think they did pretty well overall with what they had.
I think this could be a good remake, to be honest. I think nowadays it would be they could do some really good stuff with it, honestly.
They are currently.
Ken, what would you do? Oh, wait, Ryan, what?
They're turning into a TV show right now. It's already we reported the news months ago. It's going to be like an AMC Netflix-esque like series, and I think if you turn this concept into like a 10-episode slow build until the last 2 episodes are like crazy, I think that would be excellent.
Oh yeah. Yeah, because that'd give you time to flesh out the characters, like you were saying, Mike or Jackson. Like you didn't care about Sam Neill's character. This you could have a whole episode, to build him into this guy like a tragic story, so you kind of feel sorry for him, even if you don't like him. You know what I'm saying? I think that'd be even better as a series, honestly, Ryan. I think I'm for that.
Yeah, and whenever I heard the news, I was like I like Event Horizon, but like it's not a 10 out of 10. Like I'm never gonna like put it on a pedestal. But like this is a concept that can get turned into something truly like horrifying. Like if you make this like an AMC like big budget show or like an HBO like 10-episode maxi series, like this could be horrifying. Because again, space horror is something that we don't get enough of, and I grab towards it as hard as I can, and I just want it to be good because that's like
I'm right there with you.
I love
That's why Raised by Wolves was so good.
And you know what? Just piggybacking off of the AMC fleshing out the characters topic. AMC or just TV in general has this unique way of being able to spend a lot of time on character building. So when you see these movies and you think to yourself, man, this would be really good if it was a TV show. Well, the big reason is being because all the characters are flat right now and there's zero depth and we don't care about them. But if you're able to give each character time on a TV series and not overdo it like a Walking Dead or something like that, but actually have like an actual plan for that series, for those characters, have them have complete arcs. It could definitely be something that could be better than the original.
You know what's a thing that's actually done that better than the original movie? It's The Purge. Because that first Purge movie is whatever, and I like those sequels. But the Purge TV show is a full series about Purge Night. So you get to follow all of those characters for 10, 12 hours. And Jackson, I don't think you liked it as much, right? I think
I got to watch it.
Oh, you did?
No, I haven't. I need to. I like the concept of The Purge, but the movies are just not as good as I would hope they would be. So I am intrigued to watch that.
You should.
I really want to
watch it.
And you know,
Well, speaking of characters, did anybody find Cooper to be irritating as hell and take you out of the movie?
No, I love
Oh God,
Cooper.
come on! You're trying to like take this movie seriously, and here's a guy flying on like a piece of spacecraft, like out into space, and he just like he pulls the Sandra Bullock in Gravity move, where he just like
that movie doesn't exist yet.
It's so, and he's yelling motherfucker and whatever he's doing, he's just
but that was a '90s. He was that character, not
that was a straight '90s thing.
Oh, come on.
I get it, Jackson, but like when there's a whole movie full of this, like I expect at least one comic relief character to be there.
Sure.
And,
Yeah, but he should be funny. There was nothing. Did you think he was funny? Really? Like, is this?
No.
He would have been funny in the 90s. Definitely funny in the 90s, but not now.
Humor doesn't change. Come on, Cookie.
Tonal relief. He would sometimes there'd be a lot of stuff and he would say something that would lighten the load. I'm like, all right, that's cheesy.
He's as funny in the 90s as Jar Jar Binks was in the 90s.
That is not fair to Cooper.
Was Jar Jar in the '90s?
I understand if you said like in the army now, that would have been okay.
Yeah, there you go. Right. Yeah, he's as good as Andy Dick.
Cooper is not a wild and crazy guy. That is not fair to Cooper. He's a savior.
Yeah, he's in The Rookie. He's awesome in The Rookie.
Yeah. Let's see what else. Yeah, I think the murder imagery is really good. I think like the special effects for the most part are good. This is a very 90s CG movie, so like there's like the 3D effects happening right in front of you, and I'm like, wow, that is not aged well, but like I bet in 1990s it looks cool.
I find it interesting these movies too, where it's like who designs a ship to look like this? I mean, it looks like some S&M demon lair design.
You know what,
like Warhammer.
No,
yeah, right.
No, you know what it actually looks almost exactly like? It almost looks like the next generation Romulan vessels.
Yes.
Just not green.
Yeah.
It looks very close.
Like a bird of prey.
Long in the middle, like thin and long in the middle.
I thought Bird of Prey too, Ken.
Yeah, that's more of a Klingon thing.
With the
But I mean, think of it like a hybrid with like the front of the Romulan warbird and like the body of the Bird of Prey.
Talking more about I think the set designs are really, really good.
Pretty good. I like the room with the spinny thing. It's just like, Jesus, did they hire Pinhead to design the ship? Like,
that was my first
Warhammer. It is the most Warhammer, like we are all about metal and Satan shit, but we're also like scientists. I'm like, this is a disconnect. And that's why I think like I want that series to be real, because I think Sam Neill has been in on it from the very beginning. Like he's the dude who's like, I'm going to bring this universe to reality. It's just going to take me a decade. That's what I want to believe.
That would be interesting, I think. If he knew about the universe way before, and then that was the whole reason of him building.
He was like chosen.
I think that's great. Yeah.
How about the fact that like Sam Neill, like, okay, I understand these aren't all scientists and they're going for kind of that like alien normal people in space type deal, but like when he sits down and explains the wormhole thing with the piece of paper, like when I was a kid, I remember like liking that scene, but now I'm just sitting there like, why are like these people would all be really smart, right?
I
mean,
no, because
this is 2045, right?
They're like
CD-ROM.
Like when you go on like a Navy spaceship, a Navy like battle cruiser, you don't expect it to know everything if you're a medic, you know?
Yeah, but I mean, they didn't have to know everything, but they could still like grasp normal concepts. I would think it's not like he was.
Did most people know what a wormhole was? I mean, most people didn't know what a wormhole.
Yeah, but it's 2035, man, or whatever.
But it was made in '97, and CD-ROMs were like the ultimate technology.
See, that's the most unrealistic thing is that the CD drive still being a CD drive. And
yeah, that was good too, but I can't blame them for that. I mean, we didn't know, right? Yeah. They'd have a USB stick.
Say AOL.
So that paper wormhole demonstration, funny enough, in 2020 is still like the most entertaining used way of explaining wormhole travel in
I think Interstellar, right? Interstellar.
Yep.
Yeah, that's where it came from.
Now that
Interstellar stole it from Event Horizon.
Exactly. Yeah.
You're like Chris Nolan. You're a fraud.
All right, hey, let's go around the horn for grades. What do you guys got? Jackson.
C-.
Oh.
Okay. Ken.
I'll have to give it a C. Just, I like the movie. I'd watch it again, but like I just can't get over how bad the dialogue is. The rest of the movie I'm into. Just the dialogue kills it.
All right, cool. Cookie?
I'll give it like a C+ to a B. It's getting up there for me, so I enjoyed it. First time for me,
Wow.
anyway. So
There you go.
We got to get a
Ryan.
horror for Cookie next time.
I'll give it
Right.
a B-. I think it's pretty good. I think everything except the script rules. Like, honestly, it's just
You're probably right. Yeah.
they were saying different words. This movie would be one of my favorite movies ever because everything aesthetically I'm all about. But then they start speaking, I'm like, that's not what people say. So,
Yeah, I'll give it a C+ actually for that exact reason too. Yeah. So hey, there it is. That's our ratings for Event Horizon, the 1997 flick. And Jackson, you got a wheel for us?
I have a gigantic wheel.
hopefully,
sweet. I really want to see your wheel. Can you please show me your wheel?
Oh, you don't want to see.
I'm trying. I'm trying.
Oh my gosh! Look at the circumference. That's a lot of girth right there.
That's what she said.
So, I'm assuming nobody's going to be able to see this, but I'm going to shuffle it.
Actually, it's working better today than it has.
oh my
Well,
God.
good. It's replaced.
Movie.
My
I just
audio.
hope you guys have to watch Anna of the Apocalypse. I got my fingers crossed.
Oh my God, so many good movies.
There are a lot of good ones in this one.
I can't see crap.
Is it
Green
spinning? I
Mile.
can't tell.
Oh, really?
Really?
Oh, really?
Great movie.
All right. So
That was good.
hey, hopefully next week, if schedules allow it, next week over on my channel, we'll be watching The Green Mile, the one Tom Hanks, right? And
Tom Hanks and what's his guy? He just died.
Michael Clark Duncan, rest in peace.
Yes.
Michael Clark Duncan, yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, make sure
It'll
you guys
be
check
the,
it out.
It'll be the second Frank Darabont related movie I've seen this week because I just
The
watched
Mist,
Nightmare on Elm Street 3.
Dream
Ooh.
Warriors.
I'm sure they're equally as good.
Thank you.
By the way, I just wanted to go to
Give me Nightmare 3 over The Green Mile, if I'm being honest.
I love Nightmare.
Oh, wow.
I'm serious.
Nightmare 3 rules.
It's
Nightmare
my
3 rules.
favorite.
Yeah.
I just wanted to do
Okay.
a quick shout out to Magic Lasso for hopping in the chat. Thank you very
Hell
much.
yeah. Good call. Thanks, Cookie.
Yeah. Absolutely. Thank you, sir.
Awesome. Cool. Any last parting words from anybody?
Sorry about my audio.
You are not forgiven. Anybody else?
Nope.
No.
Just cut him out anyways.
I'm going to give my spiel because we've done a whole lot of stuff. So the Fake Nerd Podcast. Oh, I didn't write it down here. Hey, I'm part of the Fake Nerd Podcast. I'm DJ Tony Snark. We're going live this Sunday. That's today. We're going to be talking about His House, which is a new Netflix horror movie. All of October, we've done black horror movies. We've done Attack the Block. We're doing His House. We've done Candyman and Vampires vs. the Bronx. And we're ending it today on November 1st. We've done a lot of spooky content. We've played Left 4 Dead, Dead by Daylight, Dead Space. We're going to be playing Phasmophobia soon. We got the Animal Crossing stream going up. Check it out. Go to the Fake Nerd Podcast YouTube channel. We're doing lots of shit. Too busy. Too much work, guys. I love you.
Awesome. Cookie.
Hopefully I'm going to try to record an episode reviewing The Mandalorian episode 9. So that would be my comeback into podcast world. I'm excited for that. That's about it for me.
Cool. Kenneth.
Not much going on. Really, with the Rona going on, we haven't been able to get together much. So eventually what?
All right. It'll be coming. And looks like Jackson said a Nightmare on Elm Street review discussion with Paul from CBSI will be this week on Born and Noise YouTube channel.
Hopefully you
Make
guys
sure
are talking about
That's part 3. That's part 3.
Part 3. Got it.
You got it.
There it is.
It ain't rocking if it's not docking. So
There you go. Cool, guys. All right. Make sure you guys check into the description below. Sub everybody up so you guys can check out all the awesome content coming from these 4 fine gentlemen here and Paul.
Where?
So, yeah, you guys enjoy. Have a good